Good evening to you all. Right, what we're going to do in this particular video is actually look at the phenomenon of throwing grenades really badly. No, I'm kidding. Basically, look here at using many different guns. Now, I get confused at a lot of the, I guess, the forum hate. Just generally confused because I don't understand it, but I think some of the hate that I see lately is this gun is better than that gun, therefore this gun should be nerfed, buffed, whatever, and blah 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 blah. So basically that seems to be all we argue about at the moment, which is a shame, because I think you probably need to understand that, you know, the problem is too many people just use one gun, so that when their gun is no longer as good as another gun, they moan about it. What I don't quite understand is why don't people just train many guns? And this video is actually looking at that phenomenon. Now, again, don't just think that you need to have the best gun in the range as well. That's something that I think is usually very wrong. I don't use the best shotgun. I don't necessarily always use the best assault rifle, although in this one I do. But you see what I mean? You can have level 3 in most weapons and still get quite a bit of benefit from using them. So this is really what that video is aimed at. So obviously we start here with the core Flaylock. Now again, I know, bloody Flaylock, but I'm showing you this more from a point of view to show you, so firstly, how less good it is. Now, look here, we transition then into assault rifle, because this map is not really built for Flaylock. What you need is a good AR, you know, that kind of medium distance, short to medium distance of the AR. So I actually just go for the standard AR. I think it's a Devol, so again, not great. Usually I use the GEC. I find the GEC 38 pretty good. But again, I think this is the key of this whole video, is really just to show you that you shouldn't really put all of your chips in one weapon. You should try and have, you know, a number of skills and a number of guns. And I think, again, this comes with, I think, as you get more skill points in the game, etc, etc. But what I think is the most foolish thing to do is just to run one gun and put all of your skill points into it. Because, I mean, look what happened with the Flaylock with myself. You know, the Flaylock is good still. It's not a bad gun, but it's nowhere near what it used to be. And if that had been the only gun that I had points in, I probably would have walked away from the game. It's stupidity just to have one gun only. And I think this stems from, I think, really too many people are just really sort of thinking, what's the fit of the month, right? That's it. So everybody learned TAC ARs, so, you know, everybody used just TAC ARs. No, you know, that's A, stupid, and B, pointless. You should have a range of guns. And I think, too many people are hung up about having the best suit, the best top prototype stuff, and they will actually disregard, you know, advanced or even basic stuff, which is a foolish thing to do, because the militia shotgun is still one of the best guns for that gun, you know, that range. So I would heartily recommend that you actually switch it up and use as many different guns as you can. And this video is certainly testament to that. So we kicked off with the Flaylock, really just to give it a go. We've now migrated to the assault rifle. And again, I do love the assault rifle. I think it's a very good gun, but I think it's just a bit bland. It's not, you know, like that wasn't a very satisfying kill. It was just, you know, spray in the right area and you probably kill them. And I think that's fine, but I think what I would certainly look for, you know, for myself, is this kind of having a range of guns that I can basically tap into. And this goes from the whole range. And again, it does baffle me. Again, I still quite can't understand why so few people really do chop and change their guns. I mean, I know some people just literally want to have one gun and own it up, and I was like that with the Flaylock, I totally agree. But, you know, even though I had the Flaylock, I still use shotgun, I still use forge gun, I still use, you know, assault rifle, I still use, I mean, God, I still even try to use the laser rifle. And I think it's, you know, it's something that I think you need to just kind of bear in mind. So here we go, switch to shotgun now. So that's my third gun change already, and this is really just because everything seems to be kind of, you know, pushed back, so we're getting more people moving away, you know, towards a kind of their red line. So this is where the shotgun, you need that instant kill kind of gun. And so here we go, this is a prime example, basically. Boom. I mean, look at that, I even missed at point blank range. That shows you how twitchy the commands are. But anyway, that's another concept. I think in general this is something I would really heartily recommend people do, is spread your skill points around. To get the prototype of anything is probably going to be, I don't know, 800,000 skill points, whereas you could get level 3 in 4 or 5 different guns for the same price. And level 3 gets you the GEC 38. Level 3 gets you the CRG shotgun, which is a pretty good shotgun. It gets you the glue, I believe, as well. That might be level 4, but you see what I mean. These are things you should generally try and do, because I just think at the moment too many people are just stacking everything in one. Then when that gets nerfed or buffed, everybody then screams or cries about it. And I think that's the issue. This is why I don't really understand the forum rage about a lot of this, because when they changed the TAC AR, which needed to be changed, it's still a good gun. The Flaylock is still a good gun, etc. But there's too many people with just everything invested in one thing. And there's, that can be a symptom of low skill point characters, and I do understand that. But I would heartily recommend, don't just throw all of your skill points in to get the Devol, assault rifle. Spread it around a bit, get a bit of points in shotgun, get a few points in scrambler rifle. These are, there's got to be benefit to you from having many different play styles that you can have. And if you have one gun that you particularly like, that's great, but don't always invest fully in it straight away. Maybe just hedge your bets a bit. And I think that's something I've done here. So here we're on to our 4th gun of the night. So this is a TAC AR. Now again, it is Devol, but hey, I can use it, so I'm going to use it. But even the glue here would be just as good. So I think this is I think hopefully a good representation of, I think, spreading your points around a bit more, having many different guns. I know the mass driver is ridiculously good at the moment. I'm not going to say OP because I know it upsets someone, but they are good. They're good guns, and they probably should be good guns. I think with the right person using them, they seem pretty good. But I would just say that they're probably what a lot of people are just migrating into now. But I think it's a shame. Again, I think this is why they should probably never do another respec, because too many people, if they did a respec right now, everybody would go Caldari Assault or whatever, and they would go mass driver, and there would just be freedom mass drivers all over the place, which is pointless. It's silly. It's damaging the game, in fact. And I think there needs to be this desire to kind of move towards just having a range of guns. So in this case, you see I'm back with the shotgun, because this map pretty much was, getting to the point where you're redlining, you need to get in quick, kill somebody, then get out. And I think, you should always, and it's just common sense, surely, that you change your gun to meet the tactical situation that you're within. Too many people would just run the same gun and try and force it to work. So, with me, with the Flaylock, for example, I would always use that every round. And, there would be some rounds where it's really stupid to use it because of the map or because of the play style, and yet I'd still try and make it work. And the reality is that you could switch to a sniper in this case and get some good kills. You could switch to a forge gun and get some good kills. I think too few people really do think tactically. They just think, I want the prototype Caldari Logi, I want the prototype Freedom Mass Driver, and I want to use that all the time. Okay, and that's fine, but I guarantee you that's going to get boring. Anyway, so as you saw there, that's my new thing to do now. In fact, I'm just working on a video of that right now. It's called Stalking, and it's coming very soon. And basically, it's about me running around with a shotgun but not shooting people. Anyway, more to come on that later. I think in general, I think too few people I think are really kind of taking benefit from a range of guns, and I would heartily recommend that you look into it. And I think this is case in point by the fact that this character I've got here, it's quite high skill point. I think he's like 15 million skill point. But what he can do is use every gun now. So there's not a gun he can't use, at least to level 3. So at level 3, and just to be clear with everyone, level 3 is where you generally get the advanced weapons unlocked. And you also can have the Aurum variants as well. So you could, if you were feeling, if you had a few Aurum spare, you could get to level 3 in something with relatively minor skill point investment, probably 150k tops. And maybe 200k, but anyway, you could get to that level, and then you could try the prototype version and see how you feel with it. Does it fit with your suit? Because again, the Aurum prototype and the normal prototype are exactly the same gun, So the fitting requirements, the damage output is the same. The only difference would be obviously the skill modifier for the levels, but obviously that's, you know, that's a given. But what that would enable you to do is actually look at the gun objectively and say, is this any good to me? You know, this is why I got the Caldari Assault Neo suit, and I bought a few of them to give it a go, and you know, I was moderately impressed. So that helps me understand, maybe, is this the right suit for me to go for? Now, I'd say do this with guns as well. So if you have a particular gun, I don't know, maybe the Scrambler rifle, and you wanted to really see what the prototype version would do, then, you know, you could get to level 3, I believe, in most things, and you could actually buy the prototype and see how it feels, knowing that it will be slightly better, obviously, when you get the skills up. But I think this has been an invaluable feature, and I think this is probably where the Aurum, you know, is best used, because the last thing you want to do is invest, you know, precious skill points into something that you maybe don't need. So just to prove that I'm not a troll medic, as you can see, I'm reviving that dude there. Yeah, I run nanite injector. I saw a few cheeky comments on the last video that I'm a troll medic. I am a little bit. I actually forget that I put them on this. I know that I keep wondering what that little icon means sometimes. But yeah, I do try and revive when I remember that I've actually got the bloody thing. And I know that the icon flashing is telling me that it's got it, but yeah, I don't mean to be a troll medic, but hey, gotta laugh at you. So I think, in summary, I think there's basically a really nice, you know, range of guns in this game, and some are better than others. Let's be honest with that. It's always going to be the case. There's no point making all the guns do the same damage, because then people would just say that player's OP, or oh man, that guy's OP. It's ridiculous. So I think you have to kind of have an appreciation that, you know, you're better equipped for the match and you'll get more kills, you know, tactically speaking, if you have a range of guns to suit the, you know, the requirement that may be there. And I'd heartily recommend that people look into that, because I think if you basically have a range to fit the requirements, so scrambler rifle, laser rifle, sniper rifle, forge gun, assault rifle, shotgun, whatever, then you're going into the battle knowing that you're going to have a whole range of stuff. Now, obviously, you're going to have your favorites, but I mean, in that map just there, I think I changed my gun 7-8 times because of the requirement around me. So I think, you know, don't always hedge your bets on one gun. Look what happened with the flaler with me. It completely gutted me that they nerfed it. And I think, you know, try and avoid that. If you have a range of guns, you can still have fun with all of them and get what you want from them. So there we go. Goodness me. Quick shout out, squadb.com is live. Please go and check it out. And we obviously got Twitter and Facebook and all that good stuff. Hope you enjoyed that. See you next time.